All right, we're gonna put Jenny up on her blocks. You wanna put at least one row of blocks under each tire. That helps get her high enough off the ground that the leveling jacks will work. In this case, it's hard to tell in the video, but her front end is a little bit lower than her back end. So I'm gonna put a second layer of blocks at the front to help bring that end up. And then you wanna put the chocks at the rear wheels. And in this case, because the front is lower, so she's driving forward downhill, I'm gonna put the chocks in front of the rear tires so that as I drive on to onto the blocks, I'm going downhill, the gravity helps out get onto the blocks a little bit more easily. Sometimes you have to take a couple runs at it. So with the front ones, I'm going to put the pyramid right tight to the wheel. With the back ones, I have to leave a little bit of space in front of the wheel to account for the fact that the blocks at the front, because I'm building them higher, they are a little bit longer as well. So at the front, I have 5 of the block and 1 flat pad. So I'm going to put a row of 3 straight in line with the wheel, right touching the front of it. And I put a stack of 2 on top of that. And I take the flat pad, tap off the pyramid, just like that. Now, as I said, at the back wheels, I'm going to leave a little bit of space. Because I'm not doing the layer of 3 on the bottom, I'm just doing a 2. So I'm going to put it in. If you leave the equivalent of half of a block of space, roughly. Again, you want to make sure they're lined up nice and straight with the wheels. Flat pad goes between the 2 blocks. And then take your chalk and put it on the front so that it's right in front of the flat pad. Now do the same thing on the inside wheel. Both wheels need to have pads. It's not good for one of them to not be sitting on the ground. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side, and then I'm going to drive onto the blocks. You can see that because I was going downhill, it was very easy to drive onto the blocks. You'll see I actually, if you look at the front one here, the tire isn't entirely on the flat pad, it's hanging off a little bit at the front, which means I didn't get these ones quite tight enough to the tires. So you can see that the rear wheel is pushed up nice and tight against the chalk. That means it's never going to roll forward. If I was staying at this campsite for a few days, I'd probably back off the blocks, move these ones back just a little bit so that that front one is actually on the pad. Again, you want to make sure the whole tire that's touching is on that flat pad. Better for the tire, make sure that you don't create as much wear.